What people don't see, what most miss completely, is that market timing isn't about guessing numbers or waiting for some perfect moment that might never come. It's about understanding the invisible forces that move behind the scenes, the things others either ignore or simply don't know. It's about feeling the pulse of markets, not through charts alone, but through the very rhythm of risk, psychology, and opportunity. What limited partners know, what they instinctively get, is that market timing is less about timing the market and more about timing yourself. It's about knowing when to act, when to hold back, when to trust your strategy, and when to trust nothing but your gut and your discipline. This is the secret that separates the winners from the crowd stuck in the noise. The frustration is real. The crushing weight of watching others make moves while you feel stuck, paralyzed by fear or indecision, is something hard to shake. Watching opportunity slip through your fingers because you hesitated, or worse, because you followed the herd, feels like a slow betrayal of your own potential. The endless wave of market highs and lows, the unpredictable crashes, the euphoric bubbles followed by brutal drops, it's enough to make anyone question everything. But here's the brutal truth. No one has a crystal ball. The myth of perfect timing is a trap. What really works is mastering the dance between patience and readiness, between action and restraint. Limited partners have learned to read the market the way a seasoned fighter reads their opponent, not by obsessing over every swing, but by studying patterns, weaknesses, and moments of overconfidence. They understand that perfect timing is a myth, but perfect preparation is not. They build flexibility and resilience into their decisions. This isn't just about chasing returns. It's about protecting what's already been earned and knowing when to step back before the tide pulls under. The knowledge they hold is subtle but profound. Sometimes, the best move is no move at all. Many get caught in the trap of watching headlines, reacting to every piece of news, every analyst prediction, every fear-driven market blip. The market in these moments can feel like a tidal wave ready to drown you. But timing the market, what the smartest limited partners know, is about filtering out the noise, focusing on the signal buried underneath. It's about understanding cycles, not the obvious bull and bear stretches everyone talks about, but the hidden cycles of investor psychology, liquidity flows, and macro shifts. It's knowing when fear is irrational and when it is a real signal. It's seeing beyond surface fears and digging into the underlying shifts in power and capital. Imagine feeling that confidence instead of doubt. The kind of confidence that doesn't come from luck or guesswork, but from a deep understanding of how markets shift and evolve. It's the kind of confidence that lets you sit through storms without panic, because you see the storm as a part of the cycle, not a disaster. It's knowing when the market is punishing weak hands and when it's building the foundation for the next wave of growth. This kind of insight doesn't come from simple formulas or trendy strategies. It comes from decades of observation, from studying failures and triumphs, and from embracing the discomfort of uncertainty as the source of opportunity. Too many people focus on timing as a single act, this one transaction, this one moment in time. But what limited partners truly know is that market timing is a continuous process. It's not a switch you flip, but a constant state of awareness and adjustment. Every decision, whether to buy, hold, or sell, is part of a larger pattern. They build strategies that are flexible, that assume mistakes will happen, but protect the portfolio from those mistakes. This mindset may sound simple, but it's revolutionary against the backdrop of a market obsessed with quick wins and instant gratification. What does this mean for you? It means stop chasing perfect entry points like they'll save you. Instead, start building a timing framework around your own capital, risk tolerance, and goals. Understand where you stand in the emotional cycle of the market and work to stay balanced in moments when others lose their heads. It means recognizing that sometimes pulling back, sometimes saying no, sometimes holding the line is just as powerful as any aggressive move. Market timing is not about being right all the time. It's about being prepared to act decisively when the moment is right. And here's a harsh but vital reminder. Most people fail at timing because they let ego get in the way. They either think they can beat the market with sheer willpower or fall into paralysis by analysis, overthinking every detail until the moment has passed. Limited partners crush this because they build their timing skills on discipline, humility, and the courage to admit when they're wrong or when their strategy needs to pivot. This is what separates the rare few from the many, the ability to make tough calls without being driven by fear or greed. Another thing limited partners understand deeply is the power of patience. It's not sexy, but patience is the backbone of great market timing. Waiting for the right opportunity, sometimes for months or even years, isn't a wasted moment. It's the quiet work that lets timing become precise rather than guesswork. When impatience tempts bursts of action, those who master timing breathe deeper, recalibrate, and hold fast. They recognize that timing is a marathon, not a sprint. Also, limited partners know the importance of context. Any timing decision doesn't exist in a vacuum. The wider economic landscape, political shifts, technological changes, and global flows all frame market cycles. They don't just watch numbers, they watch narratives, trends, and underlying power shifts. They understand that timing without context is like driving blindfolded. When pressures build in the system, like rising debt, inflation, or geopolitical risk, they know it's time to adjust, to prepare for turbulence, or even to take a step back. But when signals show structural strength and innovation revolutionizing industries, they strike early, confident in their timing, because it's rooted in more than just price action. This is why limited partners don't blindly follow public sentiment or chatter. They move on insight, on trust built over years of pattern recognition and context gathering. They develop timing not through guesswork, but through cultivating a relationship with the market, an almost instinctive feel for how it breathes and moves. They treat timing like an art as much as a science. That gut check before every move isn't guesswork, it's informed instinct built from relentless focus. And let's get real, timing mistakes can cost dearly. But what limited partners have learned is how to make mistakes small enough to survive and big enough to learn from. Losing small on timing errors isn't failure. It's part of the rhythm. They use every misstep as data, recalibrating their approach with a brutal honesty most investors shy away from. This builds timing muscle over time, turning what looks like chaos into a powerful advantage. When markets roar up or crash down, most people feel powerless, overwhelmed by forces beyond control. Limited partners see something different, the chance to take control by controlling what they can, their timing, their exposure, their readiness. They don't always get the big calls perfectly, but they get enough right to win. This is the edge most miss. Timing is less about timing the market perfectly and more about building a timing system that works under any condition. So if you're tired of market swings rattling your nerves, if you're tired of watching gains slip away or feeling stuck on the sidelines, start thinking like a limited partner. Focus on what you really can control. Watch for the hard-to-see cycles beneath the noise. Build the patience to wait and the discipline to move fast when opportunity knocks. Learn to separate rational fear from panic and irrational hope from truth. This is the timing advantage others miss. This is what turns chaos into clarity. Timing isn't magic, it's a skill, one that can be learned, built, sharpened. It's a combination of cold analysis and gut instinct honed through experience and openness to change. When you embrace this, the market's wildest swings stop being enemies and start becoming allies in your journey to long-term success. And remember, timing is not about playing it safe. It's about playing it smart, knowing when the fire is worth jumping into and when to wait by the shore. This cunning courage, That's what limited partners have in spades. It's their hidden weapon, and it can be yours too. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Build the perfect timing mind, because the market's clock is always ticking, and those who learn to listen closely will always know when to move.